there are some new entrants into the Apple versus Epic Games dispute as Microsoft has now stepped in with an official statement on its stance. So the battle began a couple of weeks ago when Epic made a move to intentionally violate Apple's App Store policies and allow the purchase of in-game currency for the iOS version of Fortnite without running the purchases through Apple. Apple requires all apps to run purchases through them for essentially what they call verification purposes, but also because they take a 30% cut of all the sales, which is something that many app makers have been upset about for years. Apple then, of course, banned Fortnite from the App Store, which means no one can download the game to an iPhone if they hadn't already, and anyone who does already have it will not receive updates until it's allowed back in. Epic launched a lawsuit against Apple, which then prompted Apple to take its threat to Epic further by stating that they would consider removing Epic Games' developer account, which would be a very big escalation. Fortnite's only a part of Epic Games' business. Another part of it is the licensing of its graphics development software, Unreal Engine, which a number of game developers use as a backboard for their games. That's where Microsoft stepped in on Sunday. So Kevin Grimmel, Microsoft's general manager for gaming developer experiences, filed the statement which in part said if Unreal Engine cannot support games for iOS or macOS, Microsoft would be required to choose between abandoning its customers and potential customers on the iOS and macOS platforms or choosing a different game engine when preparing to develop new games. So the statement will accompany Epic's motion for a temporary reprieve from the ban, which will be heard in court on Monday afternoon. If it's denied, the ban could go into place as early as Friday based upon the statements that Apple has made, which also said that Epic could solve everything by issuing an update to their app, removing the in-game purchase ability. This battle is far from over, and with Microsoft now jumping into the fray, it's definitely been taken up another notch, so you can follow along with everything at digitaltrends.com. All right, the TikTok showdown continues on with more details emerging about a lawsuit and some information about Mark Zuckerberg's involvement on getting them banned in the first place. So first up, the lawsuit. TikTok's parent company ByteDance now has less than 90 days to either sell or spin off its U.S. interests in the social media platform. Potential U.S. buyers have emerged, with Microsoft leading the way, but other companies like Oracle have publicly stated their interest, along with rumored interest from Twitter, maybe even Apple, even Amazon. This, of course, all stems from the fear that TikTok has been providing user data and information to the Chinese government through ByteDance. So TikTok had threatened to sue, and that's just what they intend to do. So they released a statement on Sunday recounting their previous willingness to work to resolve issues, but then said, to ensure that the rule of law is not discarded and that our company and users are treated fairly, we have no choice but to challenge the executive order through the judicial system. We don't know when the lawsuit's going to come to fruition, but I'd expect it to be soon. So the other trending topic with TikTok has to do with the revelation that Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg reportedly told lawmakers last year that they should be concerned about them and not Facebook. So this comes from a report from the Wall Street Journal that says Zuckerberg lobbied Trump at a dinner to take action against TikTok. Facebook in turn issued a statement that they had no recollection of discussing TikTok. It's definitely expect more from that as more information comes out, but you can read all about this battle at digitaltrends.com. All right, continuing on with trending news. Elon Musk's company Neuralink is creating a bridge between humans and machines, and this week they intend to demonstrate the progress they have made on August 28th. So this is a live demonstration, what they said, of a brain-machine interface that was announced by Musk on Twitter earlier this month. So the interface itself is said to be an array of flexible electrode threads that are about 1/3 the diameter of human hair. The threads are then implanted into a brain via a robotic surgeon, and mass amounts of data would then be able to be sent directly to the recipient's neurons, and their synapses could then be manipulated by the array. So what does this mean you could do? Well, along with the touted possibilities on the physical health side of things, which include potentially restoring the function of limbs or reviving eyesight and hearing, for the mental side, Musk then implied that it would be able to treat a number of issues, such as anxiety or obsessive compulsive disorder, and maybe provide insight for the treatment of things like Parkinson's disease, all by manipulating these neurons of the brains. He also said, he was asked if you could stream music directly to your brain with Neuralink, and he said, yes. So the ultimate goal of Neuralink is actually to build toward a convergence of humans and machines, which Musk has said it will be necessary since artificial intelligence could one day surpass human intelligence with the potential of leaving us behind. There's a lot to unravel here, but definitely on Friday, we will see some interesting things no matter what is showcased. You can read more about that and Neuralink at digitaltrends.com. And some movie theaters opened back up this last weekend, with Russell Crowe's Unhinged leading the way. A group of the biggest chains also unveiled their plans to keep theaters safe. So the three biggest theater chains in the U.S., AMC Entertainment, Cinemark, and Regal, jointly announced their voluntary adherence to what they are calling Cinema Safe. So the guidelines follow CDC protocols, which would require masks to be worn, social distancing to be enforced, and reduced capacity for theaters and contactless payment to be put in place at all of the theaters that have opened up. So there are limited movies available in the theaters currently, but Russell Crowe's Unhinged, which tells the tale of a road rage incident which follows a psychopath as he terrorizes a whole bunch of people, which sounds super relaxing, brought in about $4 million at the box office while showing at about 1,800 theaters or so across the U.S. So this is all part of the gear up for Hollywood to test out a big budget release with Tenet, which after a billion delays and changes is now set to show in theaters on September 3rd. Since director Christopher Nolan will not release the movie on demand or digital in any way, it'll be a big test to see if sustainability and see if this will probably be a determining factor for a number of other potential blockbusters like Wonder Woman or Black Widow as we head into the fall season. So big test there, but you can read more about it at digitaltrends.com.